Very important to me, pa.
Okay.
The call election 2024 no. You didn't go. You know, MPP. Yeah, in our own wisdom, you would know. You didn't go. But as I said, you got time to talk. Got that amount for nothing. Now that I give you Yama, come to me other boy. I don't see. Thank you, Tono. Yeah, you tried United Party, no. Near the party, no penny for Nami, just to me now, a concept. Now, yes, party, say, we are together. You want to meet it, friends say, together and be our party, and you're betting me for going into 2028, you know. Yet you need to be near the winning election because party are in what is a camp woman. I am now mostly who call lessons are over. I mean, I am now you take advantage with now. I say part, you know, leadership. Any the difference between the grassroots now problem woman any leadership. No, you can't hear book. You are generally your quality of you very need into the next election. But I'm say party MPP. Young Cassie from Cabo, if any four idea, and you know, and your imagine you like PFP on air, you are 7 years in two. When your mother open Cabo. Now, the America being the customer for Kennedy, what we do, yeah, for elections in the Lusu. The Lusu election of year, your meetings, I would do a man for me by outcome the kitchen of Margony, or my card, the country Lusu, yes, or more can be the Canadian. Friend say, you can phone the brain, ever come with your statement about you. Now, the people in other kind of reason you are doing Lusu. We are here, I got a phone to the kind the other kind, the year problem between. Also, being the National Communication, Deputy Communication Director for MPP, you know, or Papontino say, grounds or your grassroots person, or court grounds, you know, or we say, the state in the brief leadership, you know, at the frontier, you put about quality. Now, you have to party in your two candidates at M1. I call only going into 2028, you know, young fucking the Agyapong, yeah, at some way, you have to give and go put you want to meet, go put the other radio station. Hey, you can have them cancel the greater party. You can't want them. Wait there, your friend, disciplinary committee, your suspended, say, I don't know. Or no dear, all customer can dear, and yet you will be a customer Bawumia and Yankee. I need now Pankabumba. Now, at Maximum American Unity, you are for election 2028. And I say, before then, no, 2026, you were promised, I mean, young for chance you talk. You found Kabum Lani and Traman for say, we are together again. Now, more decisions, and I say, more day and stuff. Now, more they all candidates, you know, and the executives, you know, the idea and say, Omuna, Omoko, Omoto. But before the party win Nankano,
oh, really?
Candidates, and then, national executives, and then with the executives, you know, and the Komoto, and Omaman letter, and your invitation letter to Honorable Kenda Japan, at the end, Momo, and then, Pablo Japan, and then Penfu and Sabi, Omuko, Rame Sinibi 2023, no. Company coming now, party leader, Omadi the ministers, Omadi the almost some party, a party financiers, or mere party godfathers, party fathers, or more bought party woman, or more TV4, and a social a cambo my party, your party. We are two about it, doing. I don't see almost doing your party, and you are more insistent. Now, we have called thank you, Tom. Thank you to me the craft album and say, craft our way, Leura, the vice president, former vice president, for me, JF Kemo and Eko Moto. The next paper, a letter, a invitation letter, a Yama, Union for the Japan, a Jenny Momo, and Japan, one of the other said, Omo Makaubi, Tomo Pa, invitation out of people wedding. Now, wedding, you know.
Oh, Nasa Bantama invitation, the uncle and shut down Hadrin. Ah, Saint.
Omuyam 24 party. I mean the party leadership, party leading members, we are all together. We are for thank you to period.
Auntie, na mo baby. Nyabotre, Kennedy camp mo invitation dey mo mfa nye adwuma but mo ba as a party mo kan ho bia ko thank you to no sa na wo kire
as a party anya invitation dia ye ba let the party no
okay
them aye for election no na almost reckon the Agyapong am go for panaka yewura the vice president ko kan Agyapong fie bebre say wine never support ni en ko election no omo okeka ho me nyina ko election ko wini the wini awie and event ya ni awie dia Mommy and Nancy come on me and go. Thank you to. Now come on, bring invitation say, or tell me about the uncle party no, and our uncle that's the one, our uncle home. Now come on, invitation say me yam wedding. The more invitation, opa mema. Let us a wedding no, and instead I know wedding. Let me yam invitation say and see, let us say, thank you to no, and yes, uncle for your invitation no, and your more thank you to Yako, and your party thank you to Yako. Now my candidate no lusu ye na pese ko ton no biemu no onu ntia ye ko chance to na ga ye ko chance to as a party and so you don't give invitation to anybody you just fall upon yes yeah but no no invitation can fake invitation na o de ma ye no onu ntia ye ko
okay
because you me a party ye ko chance to dia okay party only na fa ni for ye ko chance to mo me ko ni ko ta man for na leadership for year campaign na ye koda man for it. What about invitation dia? Campaign na ye koda man for it. What about invitation dia? Say you say on can't make you know, it's you know all my invitation shop are already. Offensive mama.
Oba to say invitation e tine bia mo bedi e kire saa kwa ba mo nkasa.
Invitation ya invitation ma wa mo na ma wo on pa ba mo di e kire sa. Omo pa ma nkasa na mo na be kire baby a wo be ko.
Nti we ya mo amudi e kire chinchine twane so ye pa ya ma mo nkasa.
Ono dia sabe ekoko du wa ni be hu de.
All right.
No more 2028. You quite election as a political party here in India. I know the only
okay.
Go position say oh do open our more play. Abroad your potential candidate.
All right.
Party.
All right.
Some people say this year bet you him na candidate. The more you the money favor bia. Na say mu be here mo to na mo amre.
But is it not too early, Bantma? And you too early to I mean all this issue about party flag bearer ni power banner say normal thing traditional war party ni mutini yenjana enkoso sa
party there the moon is election na moon is na mo brane e kwa am be pass am be ni
all right
and you any say there am too early adie bia o mo ya ni party no mani say obia
okay okay
obia nje be ti ya kata ni e for lessons na yakọ go be ni wani that one ya na wo di papa ko na wo ya ma problem aba adakan do be finish who sit me e mami so mami emfa mi medie enko na nim tenta na nya ka mu sit me
okay
na mo ya na mo ya bi ya pepe yo dia na go bia no wo enwo asem ka
all right Bantma ya beda sa no pe
Nana Bantama awo no ena oye kasamafo edema Kennedy ohini Agyapong ewo Western region no ena ebusia yekotie nsem eba ye wutie ensem awodi etudwa according to ono no was yo thank you to watch last Wednesday MPP amanyoko no wo mo lanche ye kra na wo mo kire se memende ye de ye nim ye nyame ya do ma china no ena wo mo sha sia wo mo be kwa kopie mu ewo Western region honom ena wo mu di kan ewo honom from there no na chese other regions na aka ni nyina no wo makwa kopie mu honom no wo makwa koda amanfo asene ade poster chese babonte no na his excellency your former vice president Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia ni mfoni na ede nim ena eye MPP amanyoko executives nso no wo mu mfoni ena eda echange ni sa party akwa akensie na party area ente se a reporto enim guase area tese se na se yesi ye koda asia anka anya hwe no no na bantima de no nim se anka nipa fo wa wo nyina no ejina sanka Ghana fo mkokromoti nto aba fama wo mo anase meka ne se delegate nto aba ma wo no mbe ye flag bearer fama MPP amanyokuo no eye Kennedy ohini Agyapong adai ni mo ene kwabna Agyapong ene Dr. Muhammad Bawumia na nkasa mu no sankrofo ne mbomanim ena na wo sanka poster na ba se de be ye Ghana fo nyina be hu se oh se de ya na prepi ni ya kan se MPP amanyokuo ne mu atete aprapansam no eniema entisa se ade de eye ade a chese enkabom etumi aba no mu nyina no etumi akọ 16 regions ni nyina akọ Ghana fo nyina se no ma se 2028 de munkọ na abonte na mu fam kokromoti enkoto aba na mbom no eye ade a chese MPP amanyokuo no eye Steven ayensu ene JFK sankrofo mienu wo ma nya ne sa Dr. Muhammad Bawumia mbom ni mfoni no mo di ato ani ma se de wo mo akasa ko na wo mo ko thank you to no asa ya agenda bia wo mpeso wo mo fa soko no mo ko to His Excellency John Dramani de beba no e ko to His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Bawumia mbom e de ma manfo se o papa ni ye de na bantu 2028 ya sa de na ba Ghana fo ma kwa to abayina mu no mobo na mo nkwala mfa mu kokromoti nkoto aboa wo mo se Honorable Kennedy ohine Agyapong de eye invite and wo mo de ma no ase de ye kwa ye ya de ne ye to safro so wade ye kwa ye de wo pa brebi wo pa memma but MPP amanyokuo ne de wo nyina no wo ye members and Kennedy ohine Agyapong so MPP de na koma hwe papa ni nyina no e de bemma papa yi ebetu ana mo so thank you to no e yade a wo ko bi na mmom no we ye wa adwen say yade ye no wo motena se na ne wo bia Kennedy camp adeni mo camp kwabena Agyapong camp ye nyina ye nka ye humbom ne enko thank you to de ne mantesa they are still projecting Dr. Muhammad Bawumia MPP for media de bia me ka me se ebusia ye betena fidie ma no me se ye ba de sa party we nku ade a yade ye benya wo mo ho asem aka esanse niema entwa yie niema je se ekwoso a ensem fata no eno nko a na abre ni abre bia no wo mo ye but this time round let me throw this biggest questions to loyal fans of Accusations DSM wo hwe MPP amanyokuo no mu a mebo nipa fodin wo sha sa nipa no na destroy MPP amanyokuo no na dia fa comment section na se dia mame dia di kan Dr. Muhammad Bawumia dia tosu mienu Kennedy ohine Agyapong dia tosu miensa MPP executives ni nyina na dia tosu nan MPP supporters sankrofo yi why na wo sha or destroy MPP amanyokuo no wo betimi wajenche dia fa comment section na se mama mashofo nyina kwa ba shonko so enfambra Accusations so ejane so say ni dia na dia na asem ababeto me na so ende dia na asem enye de ni dia busia mu amani to asem me friends pe no metutu bi e dia ma ne se dia se na e fata saso na dia na asem ye de ni dia busia me ne beto me na so na makrokro no unya subscribe ya no subscribe dia ma me share video ma no bi no so share enfama obi for 0557036109 me number no wo news episode de send bibi because wo mpotem entwa yi episode report ma me wakoto akwanhia bi akronfo bibi biara ekoso bi episode report ma me bia no me ba cho ofrem wo me number ma bobo ede amawe amepia watum from me na de ekoso honom no wo ma metiefo ene mahwefo so nyina so etimi atibisa so ena we ni jijumedi ehu be so oba na abase ase a but my friend 0550623377 and as 0557036109 na only ye atwe enkomo Kumasi online media school and asomasi sabre me de Accusations media no esom ye too far ye enkoye stories for today de di kind no mo kaya make asana na make chem say MPP amanyokuo no on Wednesday and na wo mo lunch wo mo thank you to Towa wo beye across the 16 regions akoda Ghana fo nyina ase na lunch ni mu no na Dr. Muhammad Bawumia wode nsem bi etu dwa no se enkrofo bi wo hanu ma mo bie ma no na mo kasa se de sebi mbenfo mo fancheme ye hwe crazy ndi egu ma adwen mu enkrofo bi wo hanu ma mo kasa metena se dwen ho a menti ase Adenti na wasa mo ba abonten na mo beka se me ba o mi san se me ye kremoni enu ti na Ghana fanfo m kokromoti ankwa nkoto aba mfa ma me sa asem ne kwa de mo ka me ne mo nya adwen e san se ye won krofo bi wo hono ma wo mo ye MPP for especially MPC wo boy ya na reverend team for Dwaba nte ya just what it NDC amanyo ko se ko kendele ni ade ya national security for koto share ni fia afanyoma kizbe di muntinti madema no ha wo bo di no se na wo kopie mo ne constituency a wono na wo ye kristoni no me ye kremoni kura no me nya vote mpo eso no a wo ye kristoni nti adenti na wo se mo ba abonten na mo beka se ye me ba wo me ye kremoni nti na manfo ankwa ankoto aba mfa ma me sa asem ne de mo kan nya de me ne mo ba ya adwen de ene ma ya adwen ochina sa di pa 2.1 million wo manko ankoto aba ne sa ankrofo ni nyina no are you trying to tell me ba wo me say wo me nyina ne ye kremofo ana there be also wo share John Dramani Mahama ni vote a wonya ya sheda ye vote bia che so wodi onya 2020 but MPP for na bi na nkwa nkoto aba instead of say ye be share na ye be ka che supporters ni so wo mka o makoma ntu o ye ne ma papa e ba ye ba mo nto aba mfa ma ye no mo ne nam na se bi mo make a lot of allegations on there enya de obetwea ma obi akra yenko na yenkotie ba obi an nsem emra sesia
come in and be part of the electoral college. And so that those are things that we believe will happen, but we will wait peacefully for the committee to come back with its report. We will not try to preempt it, and once they come back with the report, we'll give. We've been very, very, very supportive. And I have recognized this, and for some time now, I have been supportive of the salaries of a few of the women who are here, and I will continue to be supportive of you and even go further in that regard. I also want to, I also want to thank my running mate and my campaign team for their full support. They've done very, very well across this campaign. The fact is, we worked very hard. We tried to get everybody involved. As you know, the General Secretary was the Director of Operations for the campaign. The Women's Organizer organized the women. The Youth Organizer organized the youth. The National Coordinator handled the Zongo, and so on. So we tried to do as much as we could. Notwithstanding our hard work, however, we still suffered a heavy defeat. And when you look at what happened, you see that it was internal. Many of our supporters did not come out to vote. This is really fundamentally why we lost the election. If you look at 2020 vis-a-vis 2024, 2.1 million of our supporters didn't come out to vote. 2.1 million. And you look at John Mohammed's votes, his votes went up by maybe 115,000. So he increased by 115,000 and we went down by 2.1 million. And that is basically why we did not win. So the key to victory going forward is within the MPP. It is within ourselves because we decided not to vote. So if we decide to vote, we would win. So the key is ourselves. It is ourselves. So that is what we have to understand and take going forward. When we finished the election, there were so many people who were giving different reasons for why we lost. So many different reasons. But people were speaking without data. And you know you can only speak forcefully with data. When you look at the reasons people were offering, one of the reasons people offered was that they said that they didn't vote for us because our presidential candidate was Muslim. Have you not heard that? Didn't he hear that? When I heard that, I said, this doesn't make sense. This is not the Ghana that I know. Because if you look at it, we went for primaries. We had 10 contestants. I was 1 Muslim, 9 Christians. But the MPP voted for the Muslim presidential candidate. So that could not be the case. So I decided to do some data analysis to test this hypothesis. And when you look at the data is very clear. In many constituencies across the country, the MPP presidential candidate performed better than the Christian parliamentary candidate. In many constituencies across. So it couldn't be, if they were voting because of religion, I shouldn't be performing better than the Christian parliamentary candidate. Even my good friend, Intim Fojo, who is giving a lot of heat to the government at the moment in Thailand. Intim Fojo is a Reverend Father Intim Fojo, as in South. But I did better than him in his constituency. So he did so well. I mean, he did and mobilized the votes for me, and I thank him very much. But if you look at all across the country, the fact is that there was no religious factor in the voting. It is only propaganda. There is no religious factor. And in fact, we sought to see so many different institutions undertook research and undertook studies to answer the question. You had our MPs, you had Konrad Adenauer, you had Global Info Analytics, you had different institutions. But when you look at it all, they all came to the conclusion that it wasn't an issue of religion, it is not an issue of tribe. Those two issues have been ruled out in all the findings from different surveys that have been done. So as a party, I'm very happy that, and as a country, I'm very happy that religion and tribe has not entered our political discourse. We should not therefore allow people to come in to play propaganda with religion and tribe. We are one nation. We will all go together and we will move, whether we are Muslims or Christians, we will all work together for the good of this country. And that is how we should try to get everybody going forward. I am very happy that Professor Mike Okoye and his Elections Review Committee have submitted their report. We've waited for this report for a long time. And they delivered the report on time. And I must say that I am very happy with the Okoye report. It has put to bed a lot of the propaganda that was going around about exactly why we lost the election. And I'm very happy about that. What is important also is that they have made some very important recommendations for this party. And those recommendations have been forwarded to a constitutional review committee to then look at it and bring it back to NEC and National Council for us to then make certain changes. You can expect, without any doubt, that the delegate system is going to be changed. That we will change the current delegate system and allow more people to vote. And that give more rights to more people to come in and be part of the electoral college. And so that those are things that we believe will happen, but we will wait peacefully for the committee to come back with its report. We will not try to preempt it, and once they come back with the report, we'll give the National Council the opportunity to get this sent to the National Conference for the decisions to be taken to amend the Constitution. So we are in a rebuilding stage for this party. What is important for all of us is that we have to be united. If we are united, we are going to win 2028. If we are not united, we will have a challenge. So unity is very important. And because I want us to be united, this is why I am departing from the normal thank you tour that we have held. Normally, whether it's Edugwani, whether it's Kufuor, whether it's Akufo-Addo, the presidential candidate has just basically gone ahead and done a thank you tour. We are doing it differently this time because I want unity. And that is why I've said that I want to go with the party and also to invite my former contestants, the aspirants who contested me for the primaries. They should come and we'll all go and do the thank you for the country so that we all show a united front for the party so that we can build on it going forward. So that is my sense of what we are going to do. I want to thank all of you. Remember, unity is the key. It's not time for primaries, and it is not about winning a primary. What we are doing is building a party machinery that can win the general election. That is what we should be doing. Building a party machinery to win a general election, not to win a primary. If you win a primary and you cannot win the general election, then it is a useless victory. It is a useless victory. It is a Pyrrhic victory. So let us build a machinery to make the party strong so that we can win the general election. And that is what we should be looking at as a party. We can only do that if we unite. Because united we will stand, divided we will fall. And that is something that my old father Tedam will always remind us of. Uncle Tedam will always remind us that united we stand and divided we fall. And I remember him so fondly at this moment. So let's come together, and I know that the elephant is a winning symbol, and we are going to go ahead and win. Let us come together.
Hamadu Bawumia sem abani nti wo hwe nsem a wo kan wo sem a mo target so ye ndc ni enu wo ye kremoni enu nti e na oluzi 2024 election no kra bi eni mo agasa mo mu ni fact mo nya research mo nsua de nhwehwe mu hu ne nti MPP eluzi yen but na no mo fanto nchen thank you to ne de wo se ya de atese e ba so mo nyina mo ka mo humbo mbako Munkokoden na 2028 muntumi endi enkunim sabre ya mene mo kase ebusia kai ba mensa aka ne se eye akonta mine na ye o chema wuntumi de sabre de Financial Intelligence Center FIC form wo mo de wo mo sa ato eye chema wuntumi baby a wo save eye sika se ba akonta mine sika generate de man no wo mo de wo mo sa ato so agese ndi ebusu ndi obati article 8.5 2.3 3.1 there say when you say for some time now no bana konta mine na they have been in the news Minister for Natural and Mineral Resource or the same people about to say akonta mine baby just say wo mo mine no illegal niema bi cost what just say wo mo say insuo ni ade enti no anka wo mo expect say ko metumi renew wo mo license e de ama wo mo na wo metumi ato ahwetu galamsey no na so this time round de wo mo say debi ye ntumi ensa emfa ma we san say niema bi wo hono ma wo ya chese eye against wona wo mutu galamsey no eye against emra chese ya hyehye de ama wo mo and we have been waiting san ka bi a chema wo ntumi ebetumi aba abonten Aba beka bibi but still na wo ma abonten and then last minister so there as a baby a wogina no ehono ma na wogina akonta mine there I can tell you for a fact sabre ya me no ka say I am not sure say wo betumi aginity edidi mukura but enkaya mensa enkai ba mensa ka no na me de asomunity chema wuntumi sabre ya me no ka say they just say eja ederi ni tirimu ankasa yenko yensemu yeto aso dia na chese adoma kube fi show na just abrantie yebushia as for kasa too much bima me say I don't know if I am the only one that feels that way, but I feel he talks too much. He was granted an interview okay FM on Kwame Tegese and I will be son say oh yenyanity yes thank you to Oba Bekoso na Michael Kwekura reporter whatever yen sembi ane wuwom said ye Ghana for edin sembi to dwa Bawumia mo de ne ba mo besare eni ade ene busia trust me say and some abrante na kanu to the sense wakasa koka NDC for NPP for ba ye and ye ma papa wo mo de ba ye and NDC for de woman funny my papa be amba and until I was here Bawumia, but then I was like, he was asked, do you think Bawumia should be maintained? Are you people doing the thank you talk because of Bawumia? Yanko, na yango tieni sem no mrasisia.
Me do show.
Na boko de.
Oh, nyame adon me di wo ya kwa.
Ada senti.
Na me de bia on person no kwa nimu. Na cham deputy de dada o. Eni tumi no ana ebi aye yi. Na ebo no de declare fan plate. Na be deputy ada kom ya be accent. Ankwam. Madam Katro kwam.
Sa, na me bo. Eyi, e de say ni what rehin no post nu.
You can say there. Me aduma ko be MPP. Me aduma ko be Genya.
Matepa. Na mame fan komo yi ensha sese. Osu okwa manyokuo entwa mudi ye adwenkyere obi a de ba. Na nanu minim se wahunu videos bi a ekwa around na nipa na kra ka se yewura Mahmoud Bawumia wodi ni kobie mu a enye yie wutia ebinim so kra so o ma ye research ebinim so kra se
1.6
ebinim kra se zongofo anto ebisi o da bi e ka so ekremoni nkramufo anto na vote se kra no de baye emre bi kra de me ka se yewura napo city for ye Omaru Sanda an interview no obusan say yes wo Ashanti region as a running mate of the New Patriotic Party no 2024 elections one fa vote ama no so kra kan say yewura kan say metis obi kika say metis obi kika say asem kwa na kan pesem di na tem kra na mo kika say asem munim eniem dynamics na ewuma e ma sa de na excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no kra memi koye ne running mate one what vote by. It is all this any baby can say, young drop Bawumia. His son said, Nikom for one to one to a to say.
Oh, you crab. That's it. I don't think my church is for that before. Then saying, I'm yes, and some of my own. I said, of course, I can also require me no. The only family and I need a sepa and the union about one kind of a union with his side.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I see me.
Oh.
So I know I'm not gonna a year at that time, and I may see you for you. And you know, I idea ever things. Now I me a head of English language department. And I know also a charge. I say no for a text. I'm a bad labor. And the idea bra at the bank. You put a several clock. And when I found me, so because I have by and a million or so. Your family see a car house of folk as a engineer said then he had the clock. And a vacuum any journalism files so many media. Many they are there and you care about bill. Young Kaisi, a man now seeing you in no see. Minia say the bigger any idea and some we would against the link. Now ordinary dear any about tray and a duma or some coupon I said Tabonia Mapa. He was a great man. Now, when you say, Abraham, you bono, a control, young phone fa, he was a selfless man. Yamia Jenko, Yamifani see a hammock, Yamifani see and someone who catch him and say any idea. The good one was so act and say, Bawumia dear. If you know who you say, I saw Obayama the same crown. Nindia what the bomb and the same move. Any good to ye, any nipa ye, any abutroni subampano. Kasi bi ni gabi. Ye do one for eche. They don't have aircraft and we here on air can say. Dr. Bawumia. and you're not a war. So we'll be our own program. You're sitting in Fan Club Amano and come Fan Club Amano too. When you're 42% in here, and you're down to the former Club Amano. No, maybe I saw that, and you're being about 80%. But I'm to plus and you're no correct. So this now, sir, or Sanipa, Bawumia, or a great man. Now I know how to put up for the QC and Gropono. Now, what will you now, Rubano? All the other. Come here, so I do not come and finish the question and question and contest. If you can see one for the family, and can be a 10% to Crantamina, if you can make about me, you didn't call you know. Despite everything, or be a clear yes and yes, when you get, and that's the way you say. Sasadiano, or the Academy, you can make a Sasadiano, but you'll be able to say, Papa. We knew getting a home Brasiano, absolutely. And Canada made a show. And run in Medina. We drew the dynamic buses here by Yada Rumba by electric buses. Now the round. Say, hey, you're the Chicago to pay. Yeah, that's what you were Mamma left to see a club baby. Every time you are married, so, or could you know a young Boko? Uncle Class here, a club baby, MPP baby, and a Boko, and performer. In Shanking, I miss one in the fire in the Secretary. And next year, you may say to close this, any young classic. And say, the Quint of Quite if you colonize this. And this will be our Baku, wait a met here and then get your mamma Kokaya. And then when you Secretary, I smoke, I know. At the same, yeah, that's your mouth, a cook for the Roma. Oh, but one day, my national security in Kilometer, and police in here, you said, you. Oh, by your clown cancer. First from you, telling you, so that you could tell you, and you see, that's an Osanina, no cool until I say, your mamma, what I would say, you know, and this I didn't any part of you, and to say, I'm from Pacific Media and Club, one to you. I'm still continue with your Jawado. Bawumia, I need to crown and one year in Kenya. The digitalization concept of a pandemic, you know, come and next time, mental Crebia Hospital. And over your so called, you know, who is here in this area. And the Bawumia Kufado. Digitalization that the migratory and no ID and the cast now. It took quite a book computer, yes, who film. Over your social club, who first was correct, saying, young telling you again. And then Bawumia interpretability. Yes, sick as anyone took to you. Anything that we see Chicago baby, you ever kind of thing. This is a great one we are talking about. And to you, the better. So when you want some car, I'm not told me at the day. Never saw the pastor to say about Nadia. You know, come back with you. Young himself. A man, a woman, Yakin kind, the Yakino, one more. One when you come to that can sell a bit. You come here, and let young woman and never again. And of course, we are going to send him out. We are going to say, let's read it. Hello, Kwame.
I meet you.
Listen, politics at its noblest is the architecture of a just and enduring society. It is a sacred enterprise, demanding foresight, intellect, and moral courage to give it over to the populace who builds with applause instead of principle is to construct the future of consistent strength. They speak to the passions of the crowd, but not to the needs of the nation. And in the end, it is the vulnerable, the poor, and the hopeful who bear the heavier weight. Because we are here, Jawaju. I'm on the family of your winning here. What is you know? No one will here. You will be a living content for, and I say, no attack like Kumasi. Over, when you have a journey, and now you have to marry just as said 2014, 2012. I'm not here to do some more. Now you are talking about your mama buy, do so cost, and can you war? I do supporting a year. I can't go for the first. And to me, and you may see Sabrano. Milia, your mama knew what somebody said. No, come on, dear. na me ni kwenie ene nya misio na eba say na say there obi a wo say Ghana for go say ene no come say no dey wo ba no on the sumba yepa ene dey say nya so ba you ene dey say nya na ba ye e so ye na de mama eso na dey me dey kwa me no mienu yam ye simi ye dey say ya santifo kwa me bu sam say je bentra enye say me say enye to bi mpa ye mo wo wadu na ye bo enye to fund ya na ye campaign 2012 and this in the first to 34 mo ba ya ana mo wa ku 42 ye ku plan so mo no ye so je o ye and now you know mama see you see say we don't ku plan do tu na mo e si na net say tu won tu na mo o mo re come and then mama ba yi won ta kwa we ye ku plan do tu ba de na ye ma come dey me dey say ya sa ko ye here come na me bo na come bo
me tie pa
won ta when they this way they be cool kwa
me tie wo em say una ante menka
yes and then they asa ko ina na say tu na be won dani ni me bi ote abranke ya what is called party say amoba e say da bia won di na ya temi na this is first na dey ba da ji no enti you na mama ti ko e tu for one time and then what he ya ni say for da bia wa sa aso be ta dey wo fam what up point na say tu ni an ko fa no o na ni ebo asante mai o say ko nya lo tu for the boy ani njiru say da mama abu aye no muzo ya ensu aye no mo ya ntu muzo a entu ni so tu for ti tete ade ade a onku for amu mo pa no onje ni ye na be ko na be try na mo ye je de try nka no anya de ye fota mo ni nkonto nkwati ni ye ajawazo o ta try ye sam George say ko na na ku for do say mama enko de na yati e be ye jerem say furi ho and now your friend wa we name that process how we so we name that process of God e do say no wo so and na galam say you know campus no sign wo mo ba and no question na no tell ye abranti ono ye collect yi ni e try na and na nipa ye ko wo galam say ho and na ko ken na place wo ba yi so na the time ye ye pa ni say sound for na ama mu a akre ni wo mo no ẹ̀fún ọmọ ní kọ́kẹ́ èso ọ̀nà kọ́ àwọn fúlọ́ọ̀mù sáà ń fò yín nínú. kàmínú kí ẹ náà wọ́n ti ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yẹn ló ti sí náà wọ́n mú kọ́pà mú wọn mú à wọ́n mú ẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe òṣùm kọ́ àmì sọ̀rọ̀ òfìdí nù wọ́n lè fò yín nínú. mi ìwúrọ̀ fò sáà ẹ̀ náà wọ́n mú máa tiẹ̀ nù èmú màkú dùn yẹn sáà mú ká wọ́n. na pọ́sì fọ́nà sọ́jà pọ́ńpọ́ ìjìnà ọ̀kúrẹ́ àtìyẹn àkọ́yà wọ́n mú ká wọ́n. wọ́n yẹ kọ́ fásẹ̀ àfàfàntó group wọ́n na ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ́ nsuosuo because ní yẹ̀wò de yẹ ẹ̀nà branch yìí ti di àtẹ̀mú kànsẹ́mu a yẹ ká 4.1 billion yẹ di àmà ní sẹ́ gold bíwà àkọ́nyẹ Akufo-Addo yìí yẹ ní di àká yẹ Kumasi diẹ yìí Campus diẹ yìí ẹ̀yẹ Kumasi Swami diẹ yìí ó kẹ́ni nyina gbọ́ voice sector ní agri ẹ̀ntẹ́lọ́mọ ẹ̀kọ́tọ́ kú sìkà ní ọ̀fà mu a yẹ kẹ́mọ́ wẹ̀lú 2 billion àbántí ẹ̀sùn kọ́ ní ma 4.1 billion say when you bring to find out the mobile and yet the make up the show a couple and say a possibility wo come more papa make up the catch me say me come me try to put here any part of the bureau come what here so no me come me be we dan say you do the bureau one year down here be friend say sorry na man tell you no I know the first one person you do say come here time and corona yeah come me you know the brenti you remedy I am in your river or you mean here and this act me hold on but this is about you I bet you media yes one for the clear 1 year man in track Kumasi I'm your sister and you come south time well inside so you come
aye
akwanya de what te brema ho no
anu o te brema ho no
akwa ba ko nti am stand this asem da no kama na kenyo tia ye jina ho sa ho no am ya birwa bi asia mango ton abirwa ande kum luwa no asisa mango asia butu no kamisa sen ma nyini sei akwa ne kamijidi
ana ga ni be ni
ande kum me wo wo pray ya no kwesi adima onu nko ye de tie ene kwesi adima ba bi anu aje Only roko no mbra santemana ne dia. Na then only so do me wo sakra. Enti so bi ni mo obi che. Me ni azufa. O ye me ni na you labor. Go no diploma. And then yeah, cancel state yi. And cancel what we need dey you. I don't make for to say as well. Enti aya dey. Me dan say my teacher me na no. Me mo me sabi so. Go ni kan dia ko be pe. Hey, asante mai. We want 29 ma. Yo mu ye na un ka wait na jo ma no. When you asante na ni tutu ko we pe bo no. Ko ma you am ka dia ke classic. Hey, I command say.
Yakwa akotie ne nsem aba ne nti wo hwa said ye workasa na was still just excellency John Dramani Mahama de ye ntrankasa e ro ka che Ghana for mu di echi edi mu kokromutie ekoto aba ede ma no ene galam say ya MVP time no mu di ye de ade na wo mo time kra de ye ade a chese e koso wo show be the said Dr. Muhammad Bawumia wo no ene di mobile money interoperability e ba ye chese ne wo nante enko ECG officer ko akoto light biom na wo phone so ana chese wa bo meter number papa na eja wa to light wo hono mu nda shum ni ade wo se MPP time de nema bebe na na course so ani nyina no ye Dr. Muhammad Bawumia na di mu ntintima wo no obu aye hwe ye masane ma we nyina no etumi ba nti obi tena baby no be kaso Bawumia ansem for tani kwanse ye de Bawumia ba bioma sa nipa no na chese wo nim de wo peso wo kire Bawumia eno mo de ne ba na Bawumia so na esefota so be mampeni e wo krom hanim se fo agye chefa comment section ase Emma me na share video we Emma wuni ebi no so share fama obi foforo onya subscribe so na wa subscribe e dia mama Emma we visit so mama me thumbs up so e ho no me number is 0557036109 news bi a wa be so de send mo betimi dia send mo ni jijume de ho be so ba na be so yasen so a o betimi afre no 0550623377 and as 0557036109 na one ye atwetwe enkomo Kumasi online media school so na so ma se abetumdi ati adwumedie no ebe so mo admission is still in progress into no when you just some chejuma ho dia atwetwe mi ka 100 Ghana cedis pebe for forms na atwetwe for award do wa boche no mo to omobo enfamfantity yepem 100% practical say 3 months pe we abenya certificate bi abe attachment internship so there wo mo be provide e dia ma courses a wo mo kire no e na go kasafoni ne ni channel so say DJ in MC social media ni nyina no ya ade a chese e ka ho bi upe be abenya forms ni bia Kumasi online TV front desk location nso ye Kumasi Square wo mo ni TI Amas na AD inhwe ni bibichi wadwen na obeso first school perifo no mo twehwe nkwa from 0550623377 and as 0557036109 na one wo mo enjoche enkomo na soshonko enkomo executive producer Mr. Daniel Yebo editor ni MC Aronso eye Abrante Park Joma no me amitire dream edi dwumedie so besom me di ene nana ya sa odi beto fon bia no be ba betira fidie mu hanim se na me ho nsensem ni na ba besom makram
Amafwe Kumasi online TV production yaba ne de ne yaba ye de equipment ekukudam ana ye de aba se eye camera de enem yim de nam fom de enem ensuom ni nyina ye wo bi e wo honom a TV production yabo a huye pa se wo ye dwumadie bi ete se wedding eye engagement and sorry ana schools se wo ye sem na bi na pese betwa ko all the social media networks no so e de amaw ye ni ntotonsa na fre eye Kumasi online TV production for na yamra na ye dwumadie ne Kama fe a ebo no eda from pa the production so the sound quality video quality ni nyina e wo soro wo pese wo hu ba bia wa ye wo Kumasi eyetia media opposite one ma anase to nsa ne frɛ wa homa true so 0550623377 Kumasi online TV production ye demufua e wo Kumasi kodua mu